How's it going? It's your boy back with another video. 2 in 1 day. I'm back. 2024. Let's get it. All right. So, what I want to talk about also change of scenery. I'm not in the dark dungeon that I call my room. This is my sister's room. It's a little bit better with the lighting. You guys can actually see me. So, today I want to talk about vibrating on the highest frequency. Okay. When you look at a person, you can tell. I don't know if it's subconsciously. I don't know if it's just that easily to just look at them and tell. But you can tell when someone's been on their grind, and not just like on their grind as in working hard and then binging their bad habits, you know. I'm talking like every step of the way, doing every single thing that they know is true, listening to that inner voice that's inside that is trying to guide them, right? Because we have those, the devil and the angel on this shoulder, and you know, throughout the day we're kind of bickering with them. But what happens if you just listen to the angel all day long, right? What happens if you just do what you know is right every day, morning to night, and even planning ahead, like going to bed early so you can get up and get a full 8 hours of sleep before you have to go to work, right? And there's so many aspects of it, and with everyone it's different. Everyone prioritizes different things, but like artificial pleasure, making things easier for yourself, not in a way that benefits you, right? Because there's things that we don't have to bring intentional suffering into our lives and be in like a self sabotaging kind of mode, but we also don't need to be doing every shortcut possible to limit the amount of hard work we have to do, right? So finding a balance in there. But when you walk into a room and you've been binging all your vices, you've been eating like shit, you haven't been exercising, you have been not confident in yourself, you don't feel good, you don't think you look good, you don't love yourself, and you walk in that room and you get that anxiety and you're like, oh shit, like this is uncomfortable, and then boom, take a look at the screen, hide your face or try, you know what I mean? You don't want to talk to anybody because in your head, you think that they know all of the things that you've been doing. You think that they can just tell. Versus when you walk in that room and you're vibrating on that highest frequency and you're healthy and you're strong and you're confident and you love yourself, you have nothing to be ashamed of. You have no guilt. You can go up and talk to anybody with true sincerity and kindness, and you can give love to others, and people feed off of that. you know People will come to you. You won't have to try as hard to make friends or significant others or any of that. Everything will come to you when you are on that frequency. You'll have more courage, you'll have more drive, you'll have, everything starts to stack. It's like a snowball effect, and it works both ways. Bad choices snowball onto more bad choices, and good choices snowball onto more good choices. you know and it's weird because once you start to get rolling, it's easy, man. It's not hard. Like, it's not hard to be the best that you can be, because it just takes getting your feet moving, right? And when we want to talk about getting started, right? It's habits, man. It's knowing where you might have a trigger to go screw up, right? And avoiding those things and being conscious with yourself and being true to yourself and knowing, like, if you really want to make that change, you got to put some steps in to make that change, right? It's not just, everyone is always on that, oh, I'm just going to cold turkey it. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do that. It's the new year. I'm going to binge drink and party and do drugs and lust and do all these things. And then what? And then 2024 happens and they do it for 3 days and then they're back to normal, right? Why don't you start slow? Why don't you knock one thing off at a time? Why don't you give yourself those little wins, right? Why don't you let yourself grow? Why does everything have to be so yes or no? And I think it comes down to the point where people want the benefits without any of the mindfulness that goes into it. Like, you don't just wake up one day a better person. You can wake up one day and be ready to become a better person. You know what I mean? But it's not an overnight thing. I mean, eventually, sure, you might get so sick and fed up and tired of the way that you're living, but is if you just let yourself do it again, and if you let yourself keep going down that path, that's all you're ever going to get. So the one takeaway I want to give you guys, and I'm not by any means a perfect person, I'm not by any means um, anything. I've had so many trials and errors, I've had so many um, learning experiences and stuff. And, I'm still young, I'm only 19, I'm sure that I got plenty more to learn. But I'm telling you from experience, it feels good when you know that you, in every moment, are as healthy as you could be, as locked in and focused. And to some degree, you get to a point where you're like, I want to give this to other people. I want to share this feeling. Like, I want other people to live up to be as good as they can be. So this takeaway: be mindful, guys. Be honest and self-reflect, and look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I where I should be? Am I doing things that are knocking me off my path? Would my future husband or wife want this version of me? Would I want to give them this version of me? How about your friends and your family? Are you bringing those people up? Or are you being a role model for them to look up to and them to say, I want to be like him? Your little brother, your little sister, whatever it is, Are you being that leader who can strengthen people and bring the best out of them? Or are you just another one of them in the pack, just indifferent? Just are you going to be a standout player, or are you just going to be just another average person? you know so you guys have a good day. Get on that grind. Start making what needs to happen happen. You'll thank yourself. Truly, you will.